My hair's almost back. Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I've been doing Tourette's wrong. Isn't that right, Piff? Isn't that right? This video is about Tourette's. You don't normally see me doing that stuff. It's because typically I stuff it all down, and I didn't realize that I was like stuffing it all down, but that's pretty much what's been happening. I don't remember when I found out that I might have Tourette's. I remember I was like 17 or 18 researching mental illnesses, researching all sorts of disorders and stuff. I just find mental health topics fascinating. Gato! This one's a mischievous one. She doesn't look like it right now, but she's trying to pretend that she wasn't just being mischievous. 'Cause I'm kicking her out and she knows it. I love you, sweet pea. Anyways, I found out that I might have Tourette's. I learned what Tourette's was, and the symptoms were like, that's kind of familiar. And then if there was some more, and I was like, oh, that's kind of familiar, and that's kind of, why are all these symptoms lining up with my everyday life? And then it kind of started clicking because I have OCD too, and I'm not diagnosed, but I do have ADHD. I have every symptom, or as a kid, I should say, I had every symptom literally of childhood ADHD, and I have most of the symptoms of adult ADHD, so maybe I don't have it, but I don't have the money to go get diagnosed by a doctor, so we're gonna assume, for the sake of argument, that I have it. Especially since the odds are so much higher since I do have OCD and Tourette's, and they normally come in a trio or a combo of the three. So I started realizing that I had these symptoms. There was like a brief period where I was like going to a therapist for a little bit. She helped me a little bit with my OCD, but then she tried to convert me to Christianity or something. I mean, I even selected myself at that time that I didn't care, like, the religious perspective of the therapist I went to, because I'm an open-minded person. But she literally tried to convert me by saying, like, well, how come monkeys are still here if we come from monkeys? Like, she went straight for the evolution isn't real argument, and I was just like, goodbye forever, madam. And I haven't been to therapy since, but, you know, not that I shouldn't. I just don't have the money, and I'm doing okay right now. God's been showing me a lot of cool stuff. I talked about that in a video a couple videos ago, maybe 2 or 3 videos ago. I'll see if I can, like, link it right here or something, I don't know. Anyways, so, you know, I worked through a lot of, like, childhood trauma and stuff. That's always an ongoing process, but, like, we've taken a step back from that. Now I'm focusing more on, like, my Tourette's, actually. The focus has naturally kind of come around that and focused around that, and I found some really cool YouTubers. I've been watching Sweet Anita. She's actually a Twitch streamer, but she has a lot of YouTube videos, so I got a Twitch account, literally first time ever going on Twitch, just so I can watch her streams, because she's super cool. I've also been watching Tourette's Teen. She's hilarious. For some reason, watching her videos makes me tick more than, like, watching Sweet Anita's videos. Yeah, so that's a thing now. That's gonna be a thing now. Like I was saying, I've been suppressing my tics all my life. Once I found out I had Tourette's, you know, I talked to my mom about it eventually pretty early on, after finding out, and she was like, oh yeah, you know, now that you describe that, I think I do actually kind of relate to that. I've just always kind of, like, you know, the desire to tick has never been strong for me, so I just always kind of, like, ignored it and tried to, like, repress it. And so I was like, oh, okay, and, like, my mom seemed chill, it didn't really seem to bother her, so I think subconsciously I took that as, like, that's a valid solution, which for her it obviously was, because I'm pretty sure it's a very mild case. But I didn't realize that, I didn't really know much about it, or the community, or, like, the spectrum of, like, how intense or mild Tourette's can be. You know, actually, I don't even know if she actually has Tourette's. I think she's only ever dealt with motor tics. I haven't asked her, though, if she ever dealt with vocal tics, but I think she might not even have actual Tourette's. If you don't know, Tourette's is when you have vocal and motor tics, and I have mostly vast majority motor tics, but I do have some vocal tics, and I almost forgot that they existed until recently when I started letting myself tick. Also, yes, that is a giant pile of clothes on my floor. I am a recovering hoarder, and ooh, where's that nose, white girl? But yeah, recovering hoarder, we've come a huge way, but yeah, there is still this corner of my room that just has dirty laundry that needs to be sorted. Also, side note, I was talking to God the other day, and he is telling me, you know, I know how hard it is for you to let go of things. You know, you've researched hoarding, Becca, and you know how hard it is for hoarders to let people help and to decide what to let go of. So let me just tell you, and then don't question it no matter how much you want to. And I was like, I've gotten to a point where I'm so desperate to get rid of this stuff, but I just don't always know how. And I was just like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I don't even care if you get rid of everything I own except my underwear and my work uniform. Like, it just feels so good to know that, like, he will tell me what I need to keep and get rid of, and I don't even have to decide. And I just have to cope with obeying him. And that's just, to some that might sound like rough, but I trust God more than myself on this, because God's not a hoarder, I am. I'm just really excited to get this stuff, so hopefully next time you see a video, that will be smaller and my room will be cleaner, and yeah. Anyways, basically, my Tourette's has been getting worse and worse because I didn't start experiencing Tourette's until my mid to late teens. And that's not normal if you don't know. Normally you start developing it as a little kid in between kindergarten, preschool, and second grade. Then you are actually likely to grow out of it. But if you're like my case, where it comes in later in life, you know, it can also happen if it develops as a kid too. But specifically in people with my case where it develops in your late teens, you're almost guaranteed to never outgrow it because you're almost grown and that's when it starts happening. So I remember my first tick, and I never knew how much of a tick it was. It was just, I had the scene kid bangs, right? And so I would out of my face. To this day. Even if all my hair's up out of my face, I'll still do. My tics often have to do with patterns and rhythms and feeling even, which is how it kind of ties in with my OCD. Pretty much most, if not all, of my tics have to be even, or they have to feel even. I just always kind of suppressed my tics as much as I could. They're embarrassing. You know, it's just what I always did. Before I knew what it was, I thought, huh, that's weird. Or if I was holding glass, a glass cup, and I wanted to toss it, I'd make myself stop because obviously you don't want to toss glass around. Thank you, Jesus, that I even have enough control over my Tourette's to do that. There's plenty of people who don't. You know, I'm very lucky. But, you know, I always just kind of thought of it as something to suppress, not something to just let flow out of me because it's weird, it's embarrassing, often loud, it draws attention, it's confusing, it's mainly embarrassing. I don't like it. It's so new for me to let my tics flow and let them happen and to just respond to that urge, that call to do something that makes literally no sense at all and is embarrassing. But when I don't do that, when I get stressed, then I have these tic meltdowns where when I'm stressed, I can't stop my tics. And I'll get so stressed and I cry. I actually yelled at my partner for the first time since we've been together, ever. And I immediately started crying and apologizing because I felt so bad. It was stupid. The way I explained to him is when I'm having a tic meltdown because of stress, it feels like I'm constantly this pot of pasta boiling and my pasta water is constantly about to foam over, and I can't turn the heat down so that it doesn't do that. So I have to keep managing it, blowing on the pasta water foam or whatever, you get what I'm saying? But so I can't guarantee, because it's only been maybe a week since I stopped suppressing my tics so much, really hardly at all, but I can't guarantee that the reason I haven't had a meltdown in the past week is because of me not doing that, because like I haven't really been that stressed in a week. It's actually been a great week. But I think part of it is actually that I'm learning how to Tourette's properly. So I had that meltdown. I was like, I need to stop this because I cannot treat my partner this way. This is my partner for life. This is, you know, the future father of my children. Like, I'm not about to yell at him because I can't manage my emotions. That's not something that can stay in this relationship. So I started researching Tourette's again. I hadn't researched it since I found out that I had it, pretty much. You know, everyone always tics. You know, I suddenly, for the first time, I realized, you know, no one else seems to be constantly suppressing all their tics. And, you know, something else that clicked for me was actually a couple months ago. Actually, now that I think about it, it might have been on a Molly Burke video, because she was talking about how she dated a guy with Tourette's or something. That's right, because she said disability power couple. That's right, I remember now. Okay, but anyways, so I was on YouTube watching this video. I was like, wait, but I have Tourette's. Does that mean I have a disability? And someone commented back and they were like, yeah, dude. Yeah, you do. Surprise. I was like, oh, all right. You know, that just kind of hit me for the first time. I was like, this is a disability. It definitely feels like disabling sometimes. Like, most of my tics were just coming out in my neck. Now, because I've been doing my hand tics, which are less stressful and tiring on my hands, at least so far, you know, I have serious damage in my neck muscles. Ask anyone who's ever touched my neck. Ever since I've been ticking other ways, I barely feel like I have to tick like that at all. Or I do that one, which also isn't very uncomfortable, but then I've learned some techniques. So like basically doing the exact opposite of what you want to do to the muscle that wants to be stimulated by Tourette's. So I want to smack the back of my head or twitch my neck back aggressively right now. So I'm gently and firmly, I mean, those are two different adjectives, but like just gently stroking the back of my head until the feeling goes away, and now all of a sudden it's gone after like 40 seconds or however long that was. It's a great coping mechanism. I don't remember who said that, but he's a channel I'm subscribed to. He's really cool, and I will link his video down below in the description or up here right now. Yeah, his video was great. It helped me a lot. But anyways, God has basically just been talking to me recently about like how I'm strong in him, and like preachers that I watch, like Transformation Church and stuff, they've been talking about that too, and it's so relevant to my situation right now. Like, I have this weakness, and it is, you know, the world is fallen, you know, energetically, vibrationally, spiritually, however you want to describe it biblically, okay, but the world is fallen, and there is inherent evil in it now, and it's really, really sad, because that's not the way that God designed it, but that's how it is now, and he has to use those things in his favor, in our favor as people, as his children, you know, as his creations, and he wants to take care of us. And so he's making the best out of a bad situation for us, and he gave me this gift, in a sense, of Tourette's for a reason, even though I've never felt like it's a gift much, but for the first time in my life, I'm seeing how quickly just a change in perspective and like letting go of the shame attached to it. There's no shame in being who I am, you know. Either I was born this way or my troubled childhood made me this way. Either way, it's not my fault, and I'm beautiful, and I'm fine. I'm perfect the way I am. God made me this way, and I don't need to be ashamed. I don't need to hide my Tourette's. It's hard to satisfy the snapping one because I want to snap at a rhythm that's too fast for me to snap, so that's really fun. But yeah, so you're gonna be seeing me ticking more in videos. I'm gonna let God make me strong. Where I'm weak, where I have gaps, he already knew they were gonna be there, and he's already like filled them in, you know what I mean? And we make each other stronger in that. He was talking to me about that too, how it's not just him making me stronger, I make him stronger when I obey him and I let him help me, you know what I mean? Because every person who gets right with God, regardless of their religion or spirituality, if you're right with the true creator, that's between you and him in your heart. You know, every person who gets right with God is making the world a better place. So and that helps him. You know, that's his goal. No, I don't have coprolalia. I don't say swear words. About 10% of people with Tourette's have coprolalia. I have echolalia, where I want to copy stuff, and I'm realizing now that, like, I have multiple verbal tics that I didn't even realize I had anymore because I was never letting myself do them out loud. But yeah, they're still there. They're back even stronger than they used to be. So that's cool. But you know, we're doing good anyways, and it feels good to be myself, to be free in a sense. I never would have thought that ticking openly and publicly would feel so free. So that's great. So thanks for watching this rambly video. Like I said, I'm going to be ticking a lot more in videos. Talking about it makes me tick. I don't know if you noticed that, but whenever I like say Tourette's or ticking, it just makes me want. So far, everyone's been chill about it. So far, everyone's been nice to me about it, and I just couldn't be more grateful. Like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Just thank you to every single person, every single one of you. It's been so nice to me and not judging me or thinking it's weird or, I don't know, just thank you for being chill about my weird twitching. I think I'm the only one who's really hung up on it, honestly, at this point. I filmed, like, by the way, this is gonna be like an update now real quick for those of you who actually care about my channel. I filmed like 3 videos since my last upload, and Happy New Year, by the way. It's 2020 now. It's almost the end of January by the time I'm uploading this. I mean, by the time I'm filming this, it's the 23rd, so like it's the end of January. We're there, honey. Yeah, like I said, I filmed like 3 videos. I filmed an entire video in ASL, and I was so proud of it, and I went to upload it, and then the process for putting subtitles on YouTube is shit, and then I thought it would save where I left off, and it didn't, and I didn't want to spend like another 6 hours, like 4 to 6 hours doing it, like subtitling it, and I just didn't want to upload it without subtitling it, and so it never got uploaded. I filmed this great video that I'm gonna have to refilm for like the 5th time about iron in a vegan diet and how to get iron, so oh, that's right, I haven't even introduced you to my amazing camera setup. I'm using a new microphone. I'm using a new ring light. My mom and her partner got me this vlogging setup, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Mom and Christy, because, oh man, I'm just so grateful, dude. It has been serving me so well. Even though none of the videos I filmed got uploaded, let me tell you, they all looked and sounded beautiful. I think that's pretty much all the updates. I got that rotten tooth in my face pulled. I was pretty scared about it, and then it ended up being the best dentist I've ever been to, the best dentist experience I've ever had. Oh my god, no. Sorry. My hand's tired from snapping, and now it can't keep up, and man, when I'm trying to alternate them evenly and I snap at the same time, it sets me off, girl. It sets me off. That is so uneven. It is not the way it's supposed to be. It feels wrong. Anyways, if you're in New Mexico, near Pecos Valley Medical Center is amazing. Every single lady there treated me like a princess, and not in a cringy way, but just they were very respectful and kind to me way. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Lighting. Get ready to see me twitching a lot more in videos. And like I said, I'm sure I'm the only one who cares, but I'm still insecure. My leg is resting on nothing. Have a great day. Bye!